Good morning, guys. Welcome to our assembly. I hope you're really enjoying your Global Goals week. There's been some really lovely work that I've seen as I've been around school, and it seems that people are really excited about it. And I think the teachers are really excited about all these different things that they've got planned for you as well. So, well done on what you've done so far. Now, today I'm going to tell you a story. Just dead straightforward. I'm just going to read a story to you. It's about one of our global goals, and we are going to read a story called One Hen, which is about global goal 8, decent work and economic growth. Okay, so sometimes these things are really easy to understand. So things like no poverty or zero hunger, we get that. We don't want to be hungry, but some of them are harder because they're kind of things that make sense for grown-ups, and it's difficult for children to understand. So what I'm going to do is share this story with you and hope that the book that we read will help you to understand a little bit of it. So here we go. We've got this story called One Hen. And when the book opens, here we go. Let's go back to the first page. So I read it through first of all, and I was on the last page. Now, what I am going to do is I am going to skip through some of this, and I'm going to tell it slightly more quickly. I'm not going to use all of these bits because it is quite a long story, and if I do that, you'll be here for a really long time. So One Hen, how one small loan made a big difference. So this is Kojo. Okay, Kojo is carrying his bundle of firewood, and Kojo's dad died. He had to leave school. He had to help his mum, collect wood to sell at the market. And he's tired and hungry. And they live in a small mud-walled house with an open fire for cooking. So one of these houses, no bricks, no wood, it's mud walls. And they've actually had to make it with mud and an open fire to cook the food on. And there's a garden where they grow their own food, and they never have much money or much to eat. So he can smell a bit of cooking as he gets home. He's hungry, starts to walk a bit faster. Now, Kojo and his mother live in a village in the Ashanti region of Ghana. None of the 20 families in the village have very much money, but they do have a good idea. Each family promises to save a bit of money so that one of those 20 families can borrow all the savings to buy something important. Now, the Achempong family is the first to borrow the money. They use it to buy 2 cartloads of fruit, which they sell for a profit at the market. When they pay back the loan, the Duodu family borrows the money to buy a second-hand sewing machine, and they're going to turn the cloth that they weave into shirts and dresses to sell. So each family gets to borrow this little pot of money, and they use it for something, not like one thing that they'll never get any money back from, but they use it for something that will help them to earn more money in the future. Now, one day it's Kojo's mother's turn. She uses the loan to buy a cart so she can carry more firewood to market. She also hopes to rent the cart to people who need transport. And there's a few coins left. Now, Kojo's mum has got a really good idea because it means that she can sell more firewood. It means that she can get more money because she's able to sell more stuff. And she can rent the cart to people who need transport, so people will pay her to use that cart. There's a few coins left over. Kojo asks if he can have them to buy something for himself because he's got a good idea too. Kojo's idea is to buy a hen. He and his mother will eat some of the eggs it lays and sell the rest at the market. There's a farmer in a neighbouring village with many hens, and Kojo's going to ask to buy one. It takes Kojo 2 hours to walk to the chicken farm, and by the time he arrives, he's hot and dusty. He wonders how he's going to know which hen to choose because there's so many. Kojo tries to look over all the chickens. A white one pecks the ground near his foot. Should he choose this hen? A speckled one flaps her wings and clucks. Perhaps she's the one. And all at once, Kojo spies a plump brown hen with a bright red comb. That's the bit that sits on the head. Sitting in her nest and puffing out her feathers. She looks like she would enjoy laying eggs. And he knows this is the chicken. So he pays for the brown hen, puts her in a basket, covers the hen with a cloth, and puts the basket on his head to carry on the way home. And he dreams about the future with lots of eggs to eat, and if he's lucky, eggs that he can sell to buy more hens. And that night he puts the basket with the hen beside his bed mat to keep it safe. So Kojo makes a nest for his hen from an old wash powder box and checks it for eggs every day. And on the first day, no eggs. And the second day, still no. But hold on, what's this? In the corner under some straw, there is a smooth brown egg. Kojo is lucky. Indeed, his hen does seem to enjoy laying eggs. She lays 5 eggs the first week. Kojo and his mother eat 1 egg apiece, and he saves the other 3 for the market on Saturday. And on market day, he walks amongst the stalls of fruit, vegetables, meats, kente cloths, and calabash bowls. He finds a good place to set down his small baskets and call out for customers. Kojo sells 2 eggs to Ma Acheampong and 1 to Ma Duodu. He clutches his egg money tightly so he's not going to lose it, and he's about to pack up his basket and go home when he finds another treasure: loose grains and bits of fruit fallen on the ground that can feed his hen. So slowly, Kojo's egg money grows. And after 2 months, he saves enough money to pay his mother back. In 4 months, he can buy another hen. Now Kojo can sell 5 eggs a week, and he and his mother have more to eat. And after 6 months, he buys a 3rd hen, and he and his mother have an egg a day. Kojo's proud of his eggs, and his mother is proud of Kojo. Bit by bit, 1 small hen is making a big, big difference. 1 year later, Kojo has built up his flock to 25 hens. He thinks the sound of chickens clucking and skittering about their enclosure is better than the beating of festival drums. But collecting eggs from so many hens is hard work. His speckled hens try to hide her eggs. Today he finds one under a cassava plant, and his white hens peck at him while he checks their nests. Then there's his brown hen with the bright red comb, his first and still his favourite. She always seems to have a smooth brown egg for him. Selling eggs at the market has given Kojo some savings. Maybe he can use his egg money to build a fine wooden chicken coop. Maybe he'll buy some things his mother needs, like a new water bucket and a good knife. Or maybe he can pay for something he's been dreaming of: fees and a uniform, so that he can go back to school. Your eggs have made us stronger, Kojo, says his mother. Now go back to school and learn, for both of us. Kojo's uniform feels stiff and new as he walks to school. With each step, his lips move silently, reciting the ABCs and numbers he learned before his father died. In school, Kojo works hard to catch up with other students on reading and spelling and arithmetic. Later, he learns to write essays and solve math and science problems, and he learns about his country's history and its resources, and about other countries in Africa and around the world. There's practical lessons for country life too: how to filter drinking water with a cloth to remove parasites, how to use chicken manure and compost made from garbage to fertilize soil and grow vegetables. The lessons Kojo learns help him to care for his chickens. His dreams are growing bigger, but now he sees he's going to need more education to make them come true. Kojo studies even harder and wins a scholarship to an agricultural college to learn more about farming. His mother will care for the chickens while he's away. At college, Kojo's dreams start to take shape, the shape of a farm all of his own. And after he finishes college, he decides to take a big risk. He uses all the money he and his mother have saved to start a real poultry farm. He buys a large plot of land and enough wood and wire to build chicken coops. And now he needs hens. Not just 1, but 900 of them to start the farm. He needs another loan, and a big one. This time Kojo goes to a bank in Kumasi, a nearby town. When the banker hears that Kojo wants to buy 900 hens, he shakes his head. He doesn't want to lend money to a young man from a poor family. Kojo doesn't give up. He goes to the capital city, Accra, and visits the bank's headquarters. Kojo waits and waits to see the bank president. The bank is near closing when finally the president agrees to see him, but not for long. He's a busy man. Kojo tells the banker that he has schooling and will work hard. The banker has heard such stories before and frowns. And then Kojo tells him about the small loan and the brown hen and the egg money he's used to build his flock. The banker sits back in his chair. He taps his fingers together. This isn't a story he hears every day. He smiles and nods. Kojo will get his loan. The banker and Kojo shake hands. And back home, Kojo buys his hens. Soon there'll be eggs. So many that he'll need helpers to collect them all. Kojo's hens are good layers. There are more than enough eggs for his village, so he travels to Kumasi to sell to the shopkeepers there. One shopkeeper is called Kwazi. Kojo knows him well. This man grew up in the same village that Kojo's father did and was his good friend. Kojo always goes to Kwasi's shop last and sometimes stays for supper. He likes to hear stories about his father, and he likes the peanut stew and palm oil soup that Kwasi's daughter makes. Her name is Amma, and she's a teacher. She has many stories about boys just like Kojo once was, boys who want to learn and who have big dreams. And Kojo loves these stories. He visits more and more often. He wishes he could hear Amma's stories every day. And one day he asks if she'll be his wife. Amma is proud to marry Kojo and join him on the farm. Soon, Kojo and Amma are to be parents. As the years go by, they have 3 boys and 2 girls, all strong and clever. With the money from Kojo's eggs, they build a bigger house of cinder blocks and stucco. Kojo's mother comes to live with them and tend the garden. She will never have to sell firewood again. Now, before long, many people are working on Kojo's farm. Men come to feed the chickens, clean the coops. Women collect the eggs and pack them in boxes. Still other workers drive the eggs to markets in Kumasi and Accra. The workers have families. In all, 120 people depend on the wages from Kojo's farm. Families like the Adonkas have enough food to eat and money for their children's school fees. Mara Donka can buy medicine when her daughter Adika falls ill. Pa Adonka can rebuild the walls of their mud home with cinder blocks and buy wood-stamped Adinkra cloths for special occasions. The workers on Kojo's farm can even afford livestock of their own. Some families buy a goat, others a sheep, and some start with one brown hen. There we go, guys. And the best bit about that is it's a true story. And I really love that. And it's like the Enterprise that we had, Enterprise Day that we had at the end of last term in the summer, where one person had borrowed a small amount of money and had made a really, really big difference with it. So just because we had one egg, one chicken, and he was able to get more and more and more. And that is what our global goal of decent work and economic growth is all about. How somebody can work really hard, and he had to pay to go to school, and he had to pay for his uniform. You guys get all of these things. Your parents buy your uniform, but you get to come to school for free. But he realized the value of learning because it helped him in his role. He wanted to be a farmer. So that all of those things really, really helped him. So there you go. A really lovely, true story for us today. Enjoy the rest of your day, chaps. I'll see you around school. Bye-bye.